Yeah, they don't really... It's not really the same. Like in this game, we meet aspects of Maki, and Pandora is just the really bad aspect of the ideal Maki. Trying to make sense of it now. Yeah, so that's how it is in the first game. In the third game, there's mention of shadows, but it's not anything. It's nothing about confronting yourself like you do in the fourth game. You only fight against shadows in the third game. There's not really any shadow selves at all. And then in the fourth game, you do fight against your shadow self, and it's about confronting yourself and accepting yourself as an individual. And as such, it gives you like, yeah, it is a different feeling I get out of it. So yeah, so Persona 3 was the first Persona game I played. And then I played the fourth game as a second. And I liked how they handled the shadow selves in the fourth game. And after the fourth game I started playing Innocent Sin. And when I saw that they had shadow selves in that game, I was kind of expecting something similar to the fourth game's shadow selves, but it never really happened. But if I think a bit harder on it now, it does make sense, doesn't it? Like, the fourth game is about confronting yourself and accepting yourself. And the second game, the shadow selves appear because of rumors. And now the rumors themselves, they don't really... Yeah, like crazy things started happening because of rumors, but the rumors themselves don't really... Rumors can be both false or true, but they're never really detailed descriptions of like something. Like, let's say that someone spread a rumor about Tatsuya saying that he's a bad guy, but it's not like they're handing you a 10-page file on this character saying it. So I've heard that this is what he's like, and I have written it down, summarized in 10 pages. So I think it was just wrong to me to believe that the shadow selves in the second game would be similar to the shadow selves in the fourth game. So what it's really like is that the shadow selves appear because of rumors, but the only thing they do is to... you fight against them, but it was never really about confronting yourself. God, I can't even remember why the shadow selves appeared in the second game. So, yeah. Sorry if I don't really remember exactly why, but they do appear because of rumors, I believe. And yeah, there's that. And then there's this first game where, well, the aspects of Maki appear because of the Deva system and all this. So really, it does make sense, because I doubt they will really mention that this really bad aspect of Maki is going to be anything like a, you know, like a shadow self of her. It's not really handled in the same way. Like, yeah, it's the Deva system. But I think it was naive of me to believe that the shadow selves would be similar to the fourth game. but the circumstances are just different. So of course it is different. I just think that it would have been neat if it would be about confronting yourself and such. Well, maybe I'm just giving a little bit too much credit to the Shadow selves in the 4th game. But comparatively speaking, I like the way they did it in the 4th game, and I would have wanted to have something similar in the other games, even though that's not really the case. So, why did I start talking about this? I didn't really come to any conclusion, just that everything is different. I don't know. I'm not really sure where I'm supposed to go. I'm just trying to make my way through this dungeon. Oh boy. Okay, yeah, might as well get started. Even though he's not really a good persona. I don't know, I just... it's like I don't really get emotionally engaged in the same way with other games. I don't know what it is. There's just something which interests me. Well, it's not... I don't think I've ever played any other game which has anything like these. The Persona games and the SMT games are special in a certain kind of way, I suppose. How do I... Oh, okay, so I have to go back and go through the other route. Okay. Fine. That's not a lot of backtracking to be done, anyway. It's fine. Yeah, I think the games are just about themes which I haven't seen anywhere else. Maybe that is why I get interested and emotionally invested in the games in a certain way. Yeah, I need to feel the need to stretch a little bit. Like, I'm getting a little bit sleepy. But yeah, it will be interesting to see what happens at the end of this game. I've also had this thought about Pandora and a certain cutscene in the opening movie. And I wonder if that's really her. I don't know. We'll just have to see. I feel that if I try to theorize too much around the game storyline when I don't really know what's going to happen, it could be true or it could not be true. So it's just, yeah, maybe it's just pointless to talk about it because I don't really know. It's kind of like how you haven't really seen a movie, but you see, in your mind, you see that the storyline is going in a certain direction, and then you start theorizing around it, and yeah, you know how it is. Some people just watch the movies because they don't really want to get spoiled. But when people sit next to you and start to theorize around the ending, that could potentially be annoying for some people. I know the feeling because a friend of mine likes to spoil things. So when we go out as a gang to watch movies, we always tell him to shut the hell up. Everything taken in stride, of course. He's not really serious. But seriously though, please don't spoil. People will get upset. Yeah, that guy who likes to spoil. He's a funny dude. Oh god, there's like this funny. There was this really funny thing happening when I was not with them, but there was this. They were going out to a restaurant to a fast food restaurant somewhere. They hadn't decided, and they hadn't decided what to eat, but they went into one of them. I think it was Burger King. And then they were standing in the line, and they were getting into a heated argument or something. And for some reason, the guy was actually stating inside the Burger King restaurant that he shouted out right in the middle of the queue, "I hate Burger King!" And everyone was staring at him in the restaurant, and then they had to leave and go somewhere else. When he was telling the story, I couldn't stop laughing. That is just so typical of him. Oh man. Well, I figured it's okay to talk about it. He is not really interested in Let's Play, so he's not really going to see this. And I'm never going to mention it to him. It's just a story you have to share with others. It's just... oh man. Yeah. So he and a few others are currently on a ski vacation, by the way. Oh yeah, I did mention some time ago that I was supposed to go on this ski vacation as well. But... haven't really mentioned it before, but because of work I had to cancel. So I couldn't really go. So right now I am working while they are on ski vacation. Which totally sucks, but... what can you do? Just try to make the best out of it. I was just incredibly unlucky with some changes that started happening at work, which just happened to be around the same time that we were going on the ski vacation. And so I couldn't really take a vacation, because that would leave everyone else on the team at work in a bad spot. So I couldn't really go. So I'll just have to try to plan in a vacation somewhere else. But it's fine. Things happen. Things that you can't really affect. You just have to accept the situation and try to make the best of it. Even though it kind of sucks, really, but yeah. Seriously, where am I supposed to go? I don't know. Okay, so he's level 45. Yeah, I might be able to get a spell card from this guy. Gloomy. Okay, yeah, this might actually work. Alright, I'm actually catching up to the enemies in dungeons. Kind of. Well, that's a good sign. This trap. Oh well. It would be less of a problem if Ellie wouldn't run out of SP all the time.